Hello Taurus, welcome to your December 2022 reading for Sun, Moon and Rising. So I do have a different setup at the moment. You see my face, I hope that's okay. And we're going to do a slightly different spread as well. But before we do, we'll do the sound bowl for about 20 seconds just to tune into the energy. So if you'd like to take a nice breath in and exhale. All right, Taurus, let us see what December has in store for you. Well, for us really, because I'm also Taurus. Okay, we're going to have three piles. First pile will be love, then health, then wealth. And I'll be cutting the deck. Okay. Love, fortune's wheel. Very nice. Okay. Health, the full brand new start. Wealth, which also refers to your money, your finances, and your motivation, your work, your projects. Okay, your sense of wealth with all the things that you creatively do in the world. Okay, your day-to-day stuff. The world, end of a major cycle and a victory. Good Lord, Taurus, this is amazing. This is really amazing because it's so positive, so positive. Right, let us go to Fortune's Wheel. Okay, so love, health, and wealth. Right. Fortune is turning in your favor as it relates to love, which is very nice. Okay, thank you. Right. Fortune's Wheel, Seven of Swords, okay. Under the Fool, we have Nine of Pentacles for health. And under wealth with the World, we have the Nine of Wands. So definitely endings coming on in. Under the Seven of Swords, we have the Three of Pentacles. Under Nine of Pentacles, we have the Queen of Wands. Under Nine of Wands, we have Four of Pentacles. Ooh, some savings coming up in our wealth department. Under Three of Pentacles, we have the Empress. Oh, this is nice. Under the Queen of Wands, we have Ace of Pentacles. And under the Four of Pentacles, we have the High Priestess. How gorgeous is that? Okay, so Taurus. Let's just have a look at all this. It seems to be a situation where within the love department of things, okay, and when we talk about love, it can be romantic love, it could also be love within relationships, family members, friends, work colleagues. But I'm feeling like because we've got this Seven of Swords here, it's a kind of, I would say, a bit of a sneaky kind of energy, okay? It feels like there's a turn of events happening for you in December, whereby something that was a bit sneaky. So it could be your energy in the way that perhaps you've been involved with someone, and let's just call it in an emotional level. You've been involved with someone and you kind of tactically kind of sort of meandered around them. You wanted to sort of make a little departure. Something wasn't quite working and you wanted to move on. It could also be that someone around you has been doing the same thing. So take whichever it resonates, because it is a general reading. What I'm liking about this whole energy is there's a turn of events because of that Fortune's Wheel. So you're moving from where something was a little bit kind of done on the sidelines, a little bit tricky, a little bit kind of almost trickster energy as well, where you were tactically moving away from something, or someone else was tactically moving away from you, okay? But Fortune's Wheel's coming back in to tell me that now you're going back towards something. So the Three of Pentacles sometimes talks about a kind of nostalgia card in a way, going back over something. I usually pick up on this, the energy of like Mercury retrograde, because sometimes you have to go back on something and fix it. See, they are fixing the windmill there. Because the storm is about to come, and they're coming together and working together. So it talks about collaboration and coming together, working with others. Now, we will clarify, but there seems to be whatever was kind of I don't want to say sneaky because it's a bit of a strong word, but whatever was carefully meandered around, Fortune's wheel is bringing an event back into the focus here, whereby there's a coming together and trying to fix what went wrong, which I really, really like. I particularly love it because it ends off on the Empress. Okay, that divine feminine energy of unconditional love. She just exudes abundance. She exudes everything in a very loving perspective. She knows how to create, she knows how to nurture, she knows how to bring things to birth. Okay, so for some of you, if you've, obviously this is not going to resonate for everyone, but for those of you who, you know, perhaps there's been a pregnancy and you didn't want to tell anyone about it, you're now coming back together and now working with others about it and talking about it, and perhaps thinking about actually having the pregnancy. But obviously that's not going to resonate with everybody. What I really like about this is Fortune's wheel is turning as sort of a sideline approach into a full kind of, I am here, I'm opening up my heart, I'm ready to work on the things that need to be worked on. Okay, so I really, really love that energy, because sometimes it's really important for us to kind of just make a quick departure. Sometimes it's really important for another party very close to our heart to make a quick departure, just to process things, just to sort of take time, just to mull through things before you can come to, you sort of source it out in your head, you source it out in your heart, and then you perhaps are able to then return to it and kind of go, okay, well, this is my heart, this is what I'm opening up, this is what I'm prepared to offer, but these are my boundaries, you know? So I wouldn't be surprised if the Queen of Swords turned up. So let us clarify these ones before we move on to the next. Why is the Seven of Swords here, please? We clarify the Seven of Swords for Taurus. Whoop. Okay, we'll take those on the table here. What did I say? Queen of Swords. There we go. Queen of Swords. We have the Seven of Wands. Wheel of Fortune again. It's amazing. And the Nine of Wands. Okay, so someone, it could be you, could be somebody else, but someone really needed to sort of stand in their own truth. And by standing in their own truth, because a very sort of defensive energy, really kind of putting up the boundaries, kind of going, no. There's that change of events, because it now moves into the point of the Queen of Swords can also sometimes be quite a blunt energy. This is how I feel, this is what it is, I'm emotionally detached and I'm moving forward. So whoever this person was in your environment, in your situation, whether it be you or whether it be another party who sort of kind of made a quick, hasty departure, it came with a very sort of defensive energy. But the Wheel of Fortune is again changing, because actually what's being brought to light is that they just felt wounded, or you just felt absolutely wounded. You're at the end of your tether with that Nine of Wands. Okay, nines talk about endings, natural endings, and it makes sense because the Wheel of Fortune is now changing. It's turning in your favor. So now that comes to light. Someone couldn't handle it, and that doesn't mean to say someone's weak or strong. Someone, you know, a person doesn't necessarily need to handle a difficult situation. They reach that point of like, no, I just can't, I cannot anymore. So what appeared at first to be a bit of a departure and a bit of a sneaky move is actually because the defenses were way up, and actually they were very wounded and they needed time to sort of process that. Let's look at the Three of Pentacles, please. Thank you. Page of Wands. Okay, so some news is going to come rushing in, and it's almost like, because pages are messengers, But Wands is like enthusiasm, it's excitement, it's encouragement. So someone's coming forward towards you, and this could even be you as well. But I feel like it's something else. Someone else. Are you getting a message to say, "Come on, let's sort this out. Let's work on this." And I would say it's there's a burning desire to do so. Um, excuse me, because of that fire energy, that Wands energy. So someone really wants to come towards you and basically fix things, work on it, even if you're kind of in a situation where you are a married couple and the partner comes towards you and says, okay, well, let's go to marriage counseling. Okay, let's bring some people together, let's unite, let's work on it. Now, in some cases, this can even be involved in a working situation, but it's affecting your heart space because this is the love aspect. Okay, but someone is definitely sending you a message saying, let's work on this. I quite like this energy, and for some reason I'm picking up on the fact that it's you're not going to get an offer like this anytime soon. So I would say it's been offered to you, whether you take it or not obviously is your choice, but I don't think it's going to hang around for very long. Okay, but there is definitely a reliable heartfelt intention to fix something. Okay, let's move into the Empress. Thank you. Six of Pentacles. Now, I love this. Six of Pentacles is all about equal giving and exchange, okay? Sixes in numerology is about harmony, trades, backwards and forwards. So the Empress with that is basically saying, if you're now standing in the Emperor energy, because that Empress energy, which that is your energy, you're now saying, okay, if I give my heart, I expect the same back. Okay, and it's not that you're doing something out of expectation, but because the Six of Pentacles is there, it shows you, it points in the direction of when you have more to give, when you give more, you have more to give. Okay, so it's returning back to you. So that is why Fortune's wheel is in your favor at the moment, because it's a turn of events. All right, so I really like that. I really like that. Unconditional love, creation, nurturing something new. So if you've had a tricky situation in matters of the heart, know that the month of December, things are going to be changing for you, and things are going to be bringing, moving more into the heart space, more where there's more to give. There's more to give, and the more you give, the more you receive. And there's this beautiful kind of dance of energies between you and someone you have a very close connection to with your heart space. Now, moving on to health. What I really like about this is we've got the Fool card. So something's on a whole new trajectory for you, and you are absolutely 100% taking the lead in it. You're becoming independent, you're standing up for yourself, and you're kind of taking the bull by the horns with that Queen of Wands energy, and you're going, right, okay, I am going to, this is, it's almost like that first house energy of the self. You're kind of looking at yourself in the mirror and you're saying, okay, this has got to go, this has got to go, this can be improved upon, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so perhaps you're doing things where you're not telling anyone about it, but perhaps you go get a radical haircut, you get a new wardrobe, whatever the case may be. But as you do so, what I really like about it is it builds up a sense of confidence that you've been maybe lacking in for quite a while. You sort of, it feels like you're reinventing yourself, your image, but also as it relates to health, I feel like you're taking almost, I wouldn't say drastic measures, but strong measures to kind of make a radical change. It feels very radical. With that Eight of Pentacles working really hard, I feel like if, for example, you decide to join a gym, you are rigorously working at it. So there's a whole new change to your health situation for the better. So even if you are very, you consider yourself very healthy, very balanced, we're taking this up a notch for you in December, which is interesting because in December, when you think of festivities, we tend to overindulge. So it could be that perhaps you are preparing for it so that you can indulge over the Christmas period, but then it just sort of balances up. But you even see the Eight of Pentacles, that Durga goddess, Hindu goddess, she is balancing on one leg, and she is juggling many things. She's working hard at her health, okay? And there's such a sense of renewal energy to this, which I really love. Okay, I really love it as well because I'm Taurus, so there we go. Let's look at the Nine of Pentacles. I feel as well, even the with the Nine of Pentacles as well, this independent card, so definitely as it relates to health, but it feels like there's some sort of I wouldn't say financial gain, but a type of financial stability that you reach in December, which actually has quite a drastic effect on your health. So less worry, you're feeling a bit more in tune about what you're planning ahead for the future. Particularly when I look at this area as well, it feels like you're having a better handle on your finances, on where you stand. And that is a thing that is also impacting your health in a very positive way, because you feel a bit more kind of stable and balanced. So I really like that. Let's go to the Nine of Pentacles, please. Thank you. Yeah. Nine of Swords with the Chariot. Okay. So this has been a situation where before you felt a bit trapped, a bit burdened, a bit kind of imprisoned in your situation as it relates to money, and basically the money factor tended to affect you in the mental body. The mental body caused stress, but now you're on the Chariot, you're driving forward, and you're like, I am taking control. I feel like I've got more power now. I have changed my mentality and I'm moving forward because I've got a plan. Okay. The Nine of Pentacles, traditionally in this deck over here, the Gilded deck, she normally has a falcon on her hand, which represents foresight, planning for the future. So you definitely are removing the chains from around you. Let's look at the Queen of Wands, please. Luck is on your side with that black cat as well. But you're like, enough's enough. It's almost like even if you've been feeling quite poorly, you're taking a whole new change. You're getting now super serious about your health. You're like, this is happening. I know that I am responsible for what I do to my body, to my mind, to my emotional body, for the people around me, because health is really in all aspects, okay? It's almost kind of spiritual as well. We just see it play out in our body because our body manifests what's going on at an energetic level. So you are really kind of taking control and holding the power in this. Let's go to the Queen of Wands, please. But luck is on your side as well. Thank you. Two of Swords. So perhaps it was a situation where you didn't know how to handle it. Okay, so there could be an area in your life. There's no point going further than this, because the Two of Swords talks about kind of an indecisive motion, but you've got the charged up energy to do something about it, and you may be a bit sort of split as which way to go with regards to health, with regards to either meditation, physical well-being, that sort of thing. But when we move on to the Eight of Pentacles, you're now doing your research. You're now kind of buckling down and figuring out, it's like you're gathering the information. So for example, if you are working on your spiritual health, you may be looking at different people on YouTube, or understanding sort of different esoterics, or finding new meditations to work to achieve a different balance. Because even on a spiritual level, when we grow, we do outgrow some areas in our life as well. So we need to, when we grow out of something, we need to resource the next stage because we're stepping up. Let's go to the Eight of Pentacles, please. Thank you. So we have these three that are jumping out. We have the Emperor, we have the Hanged Man, and we have the Eight of Pentacles again. So the Eight of Pentacles just tells me that the universe is basically telling me that's all we need for that card. You're taking the authority on how you research your information, okay? Particularly if you're dealing with an illness, or you're looking at vitamins, physical health as well, perhaps going to a gym, but actually learning this physiology of the body and the anatomy of the body as well, to help inform you of what you need to do. So whichever way you're feeling like your health is a bit, I wouldn't say necessarily suffering, but something that can be worked on. You're taking full authority of this, and you're going right to the source to find out the information. And the source may also be connecting to source energy. Now, you may be pondering over it a little bit and trying to look at it from many different aspects, which is what anyone does when they enter into the Eight of Pentacles situation. The Eight of Pentacles is talking about doing your research, doing your homework, collecting information, mastering your craft. Okay, so even for example, if you are a professional sports player, you know, you are really kind of finding, you're rising up in the health department. You are finding new tools to work for you that resonate with you. I really like this. So guys, get ready. December, we've got a bit of exercise to do, a bit of meditation to do, kind of keeping an eye on our diet, that sort of thing. Right, so as it relates to wealth, we've got the end of a major cycle coming up. And I really, really love this, because we've been a bit wounded with this energy. Now, wealth, we're talking about our sense of abundance, but also with regards to what we're doing at work, okay? So we feel as if what's coming to an end is that kind of treacherous road, where that slippery slope that you feel like, oh God, if I just don't keep it together, I'm going to slip off, I'm going to fall off. It's being like at the precipice, okay? And there's time for rest and renewal, and rejuvenating energy as well. And not necessarily kind of, it's weird because it feels, all of it's kind of nicely tied in together as well, because on the love side, things are coming together and you're moving more with the space of love. In the health department, you're stepping up your game, okay? And the wealth department, you have a sudden kind of closing off of a cycle of feeling like everything has been an upward battle, upward struggle. I mean, look at that poor dude. He's got lashings all over him. All right, well, he's got 9 because it's a 9, but he has sweated blood, sweat and tears, and you know, enough's enough. But because it's a world card, it's the end of the cycle. So all the lessons that you've learned during the past cycle of your life with regards to finance, your wealth, your sense of well-being as it relates to abundance and how you put yourself out there in the world with your work, there's a major ending coming with, which is very celebratory, okay? And then you're picking up more on, because we've got the High Priestess there, it feels like we're picking up more on, obviously, intuitive hits, because that's what she does, but we're starting to see things as well from a very kind of esoteric perspective. You're sort of seeing from a kind of a broader, almost soul, higher self level about this connection you have to wealth and health. And interesting, the November reads as well, I don't remember what the caption was, but it was a goodbye lack mentality. So there was definitely something that shifted there in terms of money, finance, abundance in the workplace, because most of the time that's where we receive our finances, through the work that we do. Let us clarify the 9 of Wands, please. What's ending? Where you totally exhausted. Oh, Taurus. You're tired of having to save. You're tired of having to kind of watch your pennies. You're tired of having to kind of be careful about overspending and things like that. You're at the end of your tether. You just want, like, you want it to just be a little bit easy now. You just want you want to have some leftover. You want to be able to enjoy what you have now. So you've been exhausted with having to count your pennies. I mean, that's pretty much it. And of course, it's the next card. So again, it tells me to go to the next card because it's the same card. 4 of Pentacles, 4 of Pentacles. So let's clarify this 4 of Pentacles. Thank you. 3 of Pentacles. Isn't that interesting? Okay. So now, where it felt before, like you were handling your sense of of wealth, and it felt like you were like the lone rider. You were all by yourself. It was, you were carrying this heavy load, this heavy burden by yourself. I do feel like you will have an opportunity to rest and recoup. And actually, when I say recoup, I mean recuperate in terms of convalescence, but also recoup what you have put out there in the world financially. It feels like you're going to be receiving something back, because we've got the Three of Pentacles, which talks about not only may someone be helping you take the load off, but I do feel like there's some sort of it's like a unified energy. So it's some sort of either group of people who are supporting you in this. So it could even be a situation where you get a rebate without even realizing it was for. So it feels like a little bit of unexpected income, not massive, okay, but unexpected income that's going to allow you to kind of go, oh, thank God for that, okay? And it's something that I would say is kind of owed to you karmically, which I really like. Now let's look at the High Priestess. Why is the High Priestess here, please? Thank you. We have Three of Swords. There we go. Okay, so you are picking up now, and I really like this, because as the end of the cycle comes, as it relates to feeling like, oh God, you've been counting every single penny, you would just like to have some breathing space, you know, you just want to be able to enjoy, indulge, you know, particularly as we move into like Christmas time, we want to kind of, you know, treat ourselves, and we want to treat our loved ones, you know, and it costs sometimes, doesn't it? But I feel like with the High Priestess and the Three of Swords, you're starting to see beyond what has been upsetting you in the head space, in the mind space, because there's swords energy. Yes, it's piercing the heart, but it's still that air energy. So the things that have been feeling quite sad, I feel like you're seeing beyond. You're starting to look at what's behind. It's weird. How can I describe this? Because the High Priestess is usually behind the veil. It's like you're having a higher perspective, and you're seeing beyond the intellectual turmoil of what has made you feel sad. And the sadness is almost to do with, it's almost this Nine of Wands energy, of that kind of end of a tether, end at the edge of the precipice energy. It's been so, in a way, like damaging. It's really kind of damaged your heart, because you haven't been feeling that Empress energy. So all of this, even the finances, have kind of affected and impacted your love aspect. It's impacted your health aspect. So you're starting to see a higher picture of where the core of that, the root of that came from, okay? So it's really nice, because she's, if you have a look closely, she's got this ball of light near her hand. So she's starting to see something, it's like that nugget of truth, you know, and that nugget of truth is like, well, this is my heart. And actually all this mental damage that all the stress that I've been carrying, which has impacted my health, which has affected me to sort of close off from love, all of that mental damage has actually, it's harmed my heart. And so when you start to see that, and you're coming to the end of this, that's when you have that aha moment, and that's when you start to get the support in, okay? And the support doesn't necessarily need to come from someone you know. It could be from someone you love, you know? It's a bit of unexpected support and help that's going to allow you to just go, oh, thank God, you know. And then the end of the cycles come. That cycle of learning, of understanding comes, because a High Priestess sees that the headspace that she was in was damaging to herself, okay? And she can switch that around. She can find a new way. So it's really nice. I'm going to get an oracle card to just get some advice. Understood. Okay. What does Taurus need to know for December, please, for their highest good? It's taking a while. What does Taurus need to know for their highest good, please, for December? Good Lord. They don't want any to come out. We might be here all day, Taurus. There you go. Ah, soul family. Call in your tribe. You don't have to do it alone. Look at this. That is this Three of Pentacles energy that has come up twice. You have people on your side, you have your network, even your spiritual tribe are there to support you at the moment, okay? And it feels to me like in December, you're going to start to see that bit more clearly because they're going to start coming in. And the more you ask and welcome them in, the more they will do. So call in your tribe any times where you're feeling a bit kind of still in that tricky energy at the cusp of the World card, being close to the end of that cycle, moving into that sort of festivities. Call in the people that have your back. Find out who's on your tribe, you know, and call them in, because people love to help because it's a gift to them to actually give. And it works both ways. It's that Six of Pentacles energy that I was talking about earlier. So really nice, Taurus. So for those of you who are interested, I am going to be moving on to the extended reading now on Patreon. So we're going to be looking a bit deeper into matters of the heart, matters of health, matters of wealth. So for those of you who want to, you can click onto the link below in the description box and I'll see you there. For the rest, have a wonderful December and I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.